Hey everyone, Steven for Megatech News, and today we have another unboxing video for you. This time we've got another product from ikan Corp, those folks that give you features that you need at prices that you want. This one's called the ELE-OFLY Flyweight Offset DSLR Shoulder Rig. What that kind of means is that it's a shoulder rig that's built for DSLR or even small camcorders that has a offset on it so that you can center the eyepiece or the LCD. So let's have a look at what's inside the box. Okay, so I'm just going to dive in here and just start cutting away. And this comes in a regular corrugated box that protects everything from packaging damage from the UPS driver or the FedEx driver. Right away you get the manual up top here. Normally what I see is that someone's initialed this for quality insurance. I don't think this one has that, but with most ikan products someone's actually checked over this to make sure that all the pieces are in the box. So you get really solid instructions with good manual drawings, what everything kind of does, you can kind of see, and then final assembly instructions and everything like that, including positioning instructions and how to put it together. So let's pop these aside here first. Now, the reason why we picked this thing up is that we're actually in New York for a video shoot for a company called Western Digital, and they're unveiling a brand new product that we are going to tell you about sometime in the very near future. And we want some gear to take with us so that we can do a really great job on the shoot. And one of the things that we wanted to do was get a really good shoulder rig that had lots of comfort and lots of options. And one of the things right off the bat that kind of sticks out at me are the grips here. A lot of the really cheap shoulder rigs have really cheap grips. These are very nice quality grips with rubberized handholds. You can see here that they're a dual compound with a pattern that's reminiscent of some of the motorcycle grips out there, so that gives you really solid grip. The yellow is a lower durometer, and the black is a harder durometer, and that gives you a really solid, even grip on the rig. And you get two of these. One of the things that it's really cool is that these ratcheting lock nuts here allow you to position without having to turn the entire knob and have it bump up against something on here. So that gives you a little bit more flexibility in your positioning on your rig. The other thing that comes in the box are some accessories here that allow you to mount the camera to the bottom base plate, which we'll get into in a second. But one of the really cool things that I really love is that it comes with all the Allen wrenches that you need. I was actually going to pack a set of Allen wrenches, but it looks like everything that you need to get going comes out of the box. And there's even some cork strips that allow you to put that on the bottom of the base plate so that your camera doesn't slide side to side. This is more important for DSLRs because they don't have the locking pin, so that's really nice. You get a set of, I think these are 12-inch rails. I could measure them, but I don't have a ruler right now. But these are for your camera mount, and these slide onto that, and we'll show that to you in a second. These are I believe, aluminum rods. They're not very heavy, so that's what they seem to be. Here's the crossbar here. Now, what the crossbar does is it works with the grips and gives you a really great place to adjust the positioning on your rods. So let's just say that you everything's kind of shifted to one side. You can actually shift the entire assembly over to the one side or the other to allow you the optimum handhold position, and these just kind of allow you to vary up your grip width and everything like that. So that kind of works together like that. What makes this an offset fly is the offset plate, which is this guy right here. So essentially, a lot of DSLR camcorder rigs have a single set of longer rails, probably 25 inches, and they go all the way from the front to the back. Well, that's not always optimal for ergonomics. So what this does is actually allows you to split the rails. So say you have one set that goes up front with your camera, and then you can have another set off the back here, and then that allows you to put your counterweight on, move the rig over, get your LCD viewfinder aligned properly, and you can use this either left or right depending on which eye is dominant. or where you want to place your equipment, because sometimes one side isn't possible or the other, or your setup doesn't allow for that. So that's kind of neat here, and that's what makes it the offset fly. One really important piece is, of course, the base plate for your DSLR or your small camcorder. Now, we use a Canon XF100, but this will work just as well with 5D Mark II, GH3, really solid part here that's made of aluminum. There's adjustability up and down, and then of course left and right with these bolts here and everything. Same really great ratcheting lock nut system, so you can ratchet this down. If it starts to hit the top here, you can ratchet down and keep tightening it without having any interference. This is actually kind of a new thing for ikan, because previously they used just standard lock knobs, and of course you get the 15mm rail mounts on here that work in conjunction with the rails that come in the box here, of course, and that gives you the offset and everything like that. This of course is not put together right, we'll put it together right later. And then of course with that cork kit that we talked about earlier, there's a couple of cork pads here. They go on top to allow you to secure the camcorder or the DSLR to the plate without twisting, and this little nut on the bottom here locks everything into place. These are your these are, says 6-inch rails. So if we use some I guess some deduction skills, maybe we can get the final measurement here. So 2 6-inch rails. So indeed you get a 12-inch, 2 12-inch, and 2 6-inch rails, and this works together on the offset rails here. So if you were to set this up properly, it would probably look more like this. And these would be off, or something like that. Well, no, depending on your needs here. So something like that. That's what the setup would look like, sort of. Might be reversed, but we'll get that at when we set this up properly. And that's kind of how the offset and everything works. And of course, there is adjustment left and right to get the proper alignment and everything. Now, shoulder pads come in a lot of different qualities. As we've seen in the past, your shoulder pads will basically use a piece of foam and that's it. This actually uses a breathable foam padding. And if you look at me here for a sec here, basically how it sits is like this. So this piece right here butts right up against your shoulder, gives you really awesome support. There is an option here with a cheese plate for the weight bag here, which is a kind of a ikan innovation. So if you're traveling light, you can go fill this thing up with rocks, put this on the back, and it can offer you counterbalance weight capability, or you can remove that and use that to mount like pro batteries packs and everything. That allows you to use that as the counterweight as well too. So there's lots of versatility. If this gets all stinky and everything from a shoot, you can actually pull it off and wash it. But really dense foam here, breathable, and preliminary analysis says that it feels pretty comfortable, a lot more comfortable than the thing that we've been using for our shoots, which is just a generic rig. Now personally, I tend to use a rounded weight that kind of sits off the back here. That gives me a lot more versatility. So you could go ahead and buy longer rails and do that, or you can just use the weight bag here. I like this option for traveling because it allows you to just pick up dirt or nuts and bolts from a local Home Depot and just shove them into the bag and give you that offset. So just to give you a rough idea here, after we push this out of the way here, it would kind of look something like this after you're assembled. And then this kind of slides on the back. And then your plate. You kind of get the idea, so it kind of goes like that. Boom, something like that. We'll set this up a little bit better for you guys to look at when we do our final review. But you can see that there's given that there's 2 pieces here, you can travel with it a lot easier versus one single set of 24-inch rails. You can break it down in half. You take the rails off from the centerpiece, like so. You can pack these in 2 pieces, and then your shoulder pad, and it goes together in quite a small package, which you can put into your carry-on luggage or into your camera bag if you have a little bit extra room there. So, that's in a nutshell, and a pile of goodness here, I would like to believe, is the ikan ELE-OFLY Flyweight offset DSL shoulder rig. That's kind of what that's all about. Really high quality parts so far, and I can't wait to share with you some of my thoughts on how it works in the field once we get it all set up properly, which it is not right now, but it will be. Retail price for this is about $549, which is, I think, is well worth it because of the quality of the parts. We have used cheaper rigs that are in the $200 range, and they do not hold a candle to the quality of this setup for that price. So look forward to that review. Looking forward to using this. I'm Steven with Megatech News. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care.